We are Islamic Republic, Part 81. So say, appalling. To an observer, the atmosphere is appalling. In the capital itself, order has been restored after the grave riots of a fortnight ago, in which perhaps 2,000 people were killed and tens of thousands driven into refugees' camp. Even so, communal feeling run high, and there appears to be no prospect of whatsoever Muslims being able to return to their lawful vocations. But Delhi, disturbed and tense as it is, does not reflect the deplorable conditions prevailing in the surrounding countryside. It was Manchester Guardian's, a British newspaper, on 25th September 1947. Source B. Sleepless nights. It was Harjeet who lived close to Atari, a quirl in Uttar Paralia, in Urvashi, Baralia. I cannot explain it, but one day our entire village took off to a nearby Muslim village on a killing spree. We simply went mad, and it has cost me 50 years of remorse, of loss, of course, sleepless nights. I cannot forget the faces of those we killed. It was Harjeet who has reported the massacre of a village. So, see, a spirit of retaliation. It was Khushdev Singh, a medical superintendent in Dharampur in 1947. He was MS, medical superintendent of a hospital in Dharampur. He says, the unending stream of refugees and their harrowing tales of woe had an unpleasant reaction. A spirit of retaliation arose. Thousands of people who had been living for centuries as neighbors in homes and professions flew at one another's throats. Two serious disputes with India made life difficult for new government of Pakistan. These were the questions of accession of princely states and the distribution of water resources. Accession of the princely states. A number of semi autonomous states had to decide whether to join India or Pakistan. In most cases, the matter was settled easily on the basis of which community made up the majority. But there were problems over some states, including Junagadh, Hyderabad, and Kashmir. The Muslim ruler of Junagadh agreed that his small kingdom should join Pakistan, but India objected, claiming that Muslims were a minority of the population. Pakistan called for a referendum to be held under the supervision of both countries, but India refused and invaded Junagadh. Pakistan was powerless to stop them. India then held their own referendum, which, not surprisingly, supported their action. Hyderabad, the biggest princely state in the subcontinent, and even though so far from Pakistan, wished to remain independent or otherwise join Pakistan. Again, a referendum of the people was proposed and turned down by the Indians. Hyderabad sought the help of the United Nations, UN against the threats coming from India, which after Quaid-e-Azam's death in September 1948 invaded and took over the state. The UN took no action. And of course, Hyderabad Deccan was a very rich state, so the accession of Deccan state meant a lot to India.